My mobility has high-tech infrastructure. Mine is maglev integrated with Mechless communicators, new dimming power and economical. Mine is mine and yours.
No. My mobility is people-friendly. It's multi-level, interconnected, has numerous options, and is environmental. Mine is yours and mine.
As a civil engineer, Ethan, you focus on infrastructure and high tech. My mobility is all of that. And Salone, as an industrial engineer, you're all about the people stuff. So my mobility is all of that too. You are both correct. Mine is yours and mine. But let's get back to why we're here in Copper Valley.
That's right, it's 2132, the sesquicentennial of the closing of Butte, Montana's infamous Berkeley Pit mine.
150 years since the mine once known as the richest hill on earth closed forever.
Yep, 150 years since my great-granddaddy worked at the mine that brought both prosperity and then misery to the area. This is Myers' hat. And Bess used to wear.
Wow.
That's cool.
It is, and we all know the history. In 1900, Butte was largest city between
Chicago
In San Francisco.
Then, in the 1950s, underground mining switched to open pit because it was safer. But by 1982, copper mining wasn't profitable anymore, and the mine closed.
Drainage pumps are turned off, and the mine filled with runoff. And after 20 years, the pit was filled with a 40 billion gallon solution of iron, copper, zinc, and other heavy metals.
The largest Superfund site in the country, a complete environmental disaster. Jobs left and people left. The population plummeted from over 100,000 to 30,000.
People did leave, but my family stayed.
Good thing, Reagan. It's because of your family and our true mediation that we can celebrate today.
R2?
Yes, R2. I'll show you how it works. Friendly bacteria, like MM32A, consume the metals through biomediation and precipitate to the bottom, where they are reclaimed.
Oh, thanks.
No problem. Then aeration at Anaconda Falls, along with graphene filtration, continuously purifies the water.
R2, it's returning Butte to its glory days. And today, Butte is known as Copper Valley, a place where people of all ages, young and old, want to live and retire.
A great educational system to attract families in Montana Tech, where I studied environmental engineering.
Roadways heated in the winter, with filaments made of reclaimed copper to keep them snow and ice free.
A diverse economy based on renewable solar and wind energy, and tourism related to their immediate mine to attract businesses.
In Mine Mobility, to here for senior citizens and residents of all ages. Mine Mobility is a high-tech, people-focused, intergenerational transit system.
That's right, Sloan, but before my mobility, there's a problem.
For sure, seniors had a number of challenges. For instance, they lacked dependable transit, barrier-free access, affordable healthcare, nutritious food, affordable housing, and the need to be needed. In Butte, the biggest problem was lack of accessible, dependable, affordable public transit.
Yes, our older citizens did lack accessible transit. In fact, Butte's bus system had a very limited size schedule and no service on Sundays or holidays. Can you imagine?
No, I can't. And it's because of this lack of senior-friendly infrastructure that many residents became snowbirds during the winter or left for good when they retired.
But by using the engineering design process and the project management cycle to find, plan, do, review, great engineers like civil engineers, environmental engineers, and industrial engineers brainstorm and design a solution.
My mobility, a transit system that's integrated with the communication system.
And today, Copper Valley is the place to be for people of all ages.
That's right, and as I said earlier, mobility is high-tech. The copper tube elevated train system is maglev and it's neodymium powered. As you know, neodymium came from the pink and blue bastnasite mineral crystals discovered during the bioradiation of the Berkeley pit.
Pink and blue, the inspiration for the residential, commercial, and industrial zones in Copper Valley.
I like the blue, but the pink...
I like the pink.
I love the pink.
Okay, whatever.
My mobility is also integrated with the necklace of medical, education, and communication rights all in one. Here's my necklace. And Ethan, yours is the blue watch version, and Sloan, yours is the pink bracelet. The necklace knows your needs and integrates with the transit system. And installs real-time interface with emergency personnel like fire, police, and doctors. It even dispenses medication epidermally.
This is a huge benefit to our seniors. No worries about forgetting a dose or not being able to access police or fire in an emergency anymore.
For sure, and finally, mobility is economical for residents of all income levels because it's self-powering. The energy harvesting roadway collects strain, solar, and heat energy to power the transit system, and piezo nanosensors in shoes, along walkable neighborhoods, collect strain energy to power necklaces, while also encouraging our seniors to stay active.
It's a win-win.
Sure is a win-win.
Mine Mobility is also people-friendly. It's multi-level and has numerous options for transit. Let me show you. First, we have the underground cargo tubes that transport goods throughout the city. Then we have the environmentally friendly, energy harvesting roadway, where amphipods move residents around the city or link directly into the elevated copper tube lines at each zone.
Amphipods are amazing. They can even vertically park so seniors can enter buildings without having to take the stairs.
I'll demonstrate. Amphipods drive along the energy harvesting roadway and then glide up the side of a building. They park right outside of the window, easy in and easy out, and they provide expanded living space as well, since it's like a mini balcony.
That's so convenient.
It is. And amphipods, which can be self-driving or autonomous, can also operate in both land and water.
That's right, Reagan. As you see here, amphipods transition seamlessly between the roadway and Lake Berkeley. And these underwater tubes are an extension of the elevated copper tube system.
Whoa, convenient and accessible.
For sure. And finally, Mind Mobility interconnects all zones, so seniors can easily get from the residential zone to shopping, dining, medical care, whatever in the commercial zone. There are even ferry boats that travel between the residential zone and the commercial zone. Into Silverbow Beach, one of Craft Valley's many public parks.
There are so many benefits to mobility, but let's talk about the risks.
We all know that change comes with risks and trade-offs.
Yes, that's true. There is shifting economy from low-tech to high-tech, along with population growth.
But mobility was implemented over time using the revenue stream from renewable energy and the concept of modular scalability.
So to wrap it up then, Butte had a problem. It lacked a dependable, accessible transit system, especially for senior citizens.
But by using the engineering design process, engineers like you, and me were able to develop mobility and the MECA solution.
And today, Copper Valley is an ageless city where seniors can be as active, independent, and engaged as they want to be.
My ability, it's mine.
And mine.
And mine.
And yours.
We have a couple questions that we'd like to start with, and then we'll see what responses you've got. First off, what trade-offs or compromises did you make while designing your age-friendly city?
One of the compromises that we had to make was actually with our team brainstorming for Mind Mobility. And we brainstormed in our academic enrichment class, which is during school hours. And when we first started brainstorming a couple months back, we decided that we did, in fact, want to use an acronym. And so when we were going through words, we finally decided on mine, because this is a mine. And then when we were going through words to put our simple four-letter word, we came up with too many. So we decided to make two sides, a people-friendly side and a high-tech side, which was a compromise because some people only wanted the people-friendly side and some people only wanted the high-tech side.
Another trade-off and compromise that we had to deal with in developing our solution was with patience. And when we were telling our residents about My Mobility and our MECA solution, they wanted it right away, but we all know good things take time, so they had to have patience. So we needed to create a revenue stream from the heavy metals that we reclaimed from our Berkeley pit through our remediation, and then we sold that as revenue, which then we got a revenue stream from that, and then we built it towards My Mobility through modular scalability, one piece at a time, which then we did that and did it over and over, and we completed it.
Another trade-off and compromise that we had to deal with was the weather, because Butte, Montana gets 64 inches of snow per year, and that's double the amount we get in Rochester, where we are from. And so we had to deal with that, with the delays and things like that. And so we eventually came over that problem with heated copper-filamented roadways, which heat the snow off in the wintertime, so we don't have to deal with that. And also, Butte, Montana gets 115 earthquakes per year, but it's only 2.5 or less. But it's like banging your knee against a wall. After a certain amount of time, it's going to give away. And we had to deal with those little quakes messing up our buildings, which we eventually solved that problem also with safe foam, seismic activity foundation enhancement, which is in all of our buildings, so that if there is an earthquake, it doesn't come tumbling down. It keeps it firm and safe.
Next question I have, what is the most innovative aspect of your team's age-friendly design?
I believe that one of the most, innovative aspects of our team's design is our Trilobal transit system, because in Butte right now, there is no public transit system other than a very, excuse me as I turn this, a very unreliable bus service. And so we created a Trilobal transit system to help eliminate traffic as well as with our energy harvesting roadways, no slipping on the roads, which is especially great for our seniors. So our first level is our underground cargo tubes, which transport goods throughout the city, and that takes away the need for big trucks and stuff like that, which also helps to prevent traffic. Then we have our energy harvesting roadways, which collect strain, solar, and heat energy to power our amphipods and the rest of our transit system, as well as our elevated copper tube system.
Another innovative way that we did was with the Mechless, which Ethan, can you please pull up the poster? The Mechless is a medical, education, and communication device. And so seniors and residents, they really need this because medical part, you can track your medical and see how your heart rate is and what's going on. And so your doctors can monitor that in case of an emergency. And communication, you can contact your doctors in case, or police and fire, or you can even contact your personal vehicle, which is your Amphipods, and they can come and get you and vertically park if you live on a 2-story building. And then the education part, if you miss a day at school and you're sick, you can holographically talk to your teacher and get the lesson which you need, which would be really helpful for some of us in our class.
And another innovative design is with our biodomes, which help with nutritious food for all of our residents, which we use our hyperbaric interiors, which we use the ideal gas law, PV equals nRT. Pressure times volume equals amount times R, which is a constant, times temperature. If the volume and temperature are constant, then you can increase the pressure, which is an increase of oxygen or carbon dioxide at equilibrium, which then the carbon dioxide is for all of our plants and the oxygen is for all of our livestock in our biodomes.
How does your city encourage seniors to be independent and active?
One of the ways that our city encourages people, especially seniors, to be active and independent is through our Mechless. Ethan already has up the poster. It's our medical education and communication device all in one, as Reagan talked a little bit about. And we also have piezo nano beads in our shoes, as well as piezo mesh in our clothing, which helps to power our Mechless. And so it encourages people and seniors to be active because then they can power their phones, their Mechlisses, things like that.